Hey everybody, I'm Skip Bedell and welcome to the job site. Today we're going to be installing Barron faux wood design beams up on this ceiling. Now if you look up you'll notice that we went ahead and shot pieces of steel track to the ceiling, and what that is going to allow us to do is act as a cleat to mount our Barron designs onto and fasten the beams. When we're all done, you're going to have a beautiful beam system up here. But the best part about this is that not only is it going to be a great architectural and beautiful design element to this room, but if you notice, this hollow track now is creating a chase or an empty conduit for us to run all of our wiring. That's going to allow us to put overhead lighting and even a ceiling fan here on this center fan box. And why that's important is because many places in the country there's concrete construction for hurricane zones and seismic zones, and depending upon where you live, you may be living in a building that's built all out of concrete and no sheetrock or wood ceilings, no way to run wiring through. So in this particular space, that's what we had. We wanted to have some LED hi-hats. We wanted to have a ceiling fan, but you've probably seen many people have those plastic strips that have the wire going over to the fan, and they look horrible and no aesthetic value to it at all. So we're going to be using Barron design foam wood beams today that are going to be a great way to hide the wires, and when we're done it's going to look amazing. So let's get it started. All right, so holding up a beam like this that's almost 18 feet long can be challenging. It is foam, so it is quite flexible. I would like to use these easy up poles. There's different brands. There's zip wall, there's all different ones, but basically it's a spring tension pole. And what that allows you to do is adjust the height of it. You can get it right where you want it and then give yourself some tension. This will actually hold your beam in place while you're getting it fitted, and you can even help you hold it up while you're putting in all your fasteners. So this made our job so much easier because using a very long piece of beam like this, it can be challenging. So I would definitely recommend get yourself a set of these spring-loaded poles to make the job a lot easier. All right, as you can see, I'm using these little trim head screws. These work really great. They have a very small head, hence the name trim head. So that allows us to make a very small hole in the material and also countersink it just enough so I can come back with a little bit of wood filler or a color matched putty and fill in those holes. This is a great fastener to use. It goes into wood. This will also go into the metal track that we're using here. So now that we've got everything screwed off, we're looking great. We're ready to take down our supports, and we're going to mark and start cutting the holes for our LED hi-hats. And now that we've got our last pieces of beams screwed up and all fastened, we've come to the last phase of this job, and we're going to measure out where we have our predetermined wires and installed for our hi-hats, and go ahead and cut those holes now and get those mounted up. So we're at make our center mark. Right there, and you know I love to measure twice and cut 7 times. I mean, no, it's the other way around. Measure twice, cut once, and here we go. So I'm using a 4-inch saw. So you can see I had taped off this hole saw, which basically tells me the depth where I want to go. I don't want to go below the inch thickness of the foam, because we have wires up there and other things we don't want to take a chance of damaging. So we're only going to go as deep as that tape. And if everything goes well, the wire will be right on the other side of that hole. You can see I stopped right at the tape, and that got a 1 inch of foam out. And let me reach up in here, and almost like it was magic. Wait a second. Wait for it. I hope it's like it's magic. And there it is. There's our wire for our LED hi-hat. All right, connect our lights. Make sure everything lines up nice. And now for the moment of truth. This is why this system works so nicely, because we're able to hide all these wires and mount the hi-hat right onto the beam as such. And if everything goes right, fingers crossed, success. Look at that, that's amazing, right? These beams look incredible. That's the first of 4. We got to make 3 more holes, install the rest of our hi-hats, and we will call this job done. All these great products make it really easy at the one-stop shop, my friends, barrondesigns.com. Check them out today and get everything you need to take your place to a whole other level.